All right, everybody, who is looking forward to the Oscars and who has an idea as to who might win Best Picture at the 91st Academy Awards? I must admit, it's between Bohemian Rhapsody and A Star is Born. I haven't seen either, but let's take a look at both major films right now.
It's rock versus pop, Queen versus Lady, Bohemian Rhapsody versus A Star is Born.
I always knew, like, you were going to do something.
Bradley Cooper directs, produces, co-writes, and stars in the fourth adaptation of the famed movie. The story revolves around a hard-drinking singer who discovers, falls for, and mentors a young songwriter played by Lady Gaga.
Come sing that song that I love.
No, I can't do that.
She did a cover of Levian Rose. And that was the moment where I sort of saw the whole movie with her, and then I went and met her the next day.
Tell me something, boy. The movie has grossed more than $421 million worldwide and received 8 Oscar nominations, including ones for Cooper and Gaga for their acting and songwriting of the hit Shallow. Back in 2011, Clint Eastwood was attached to direct A Star is Born with Beyoncé set to star, but delays gave Cooper the opportunity to shine in his directorial debut.
We need to get experimental.
Biopic Bohemian Rhapsody chronicles the late Queen frontman Freddie Mercury and the legendary British band. Up for 5 Academy Awards, star Rami Malek is the Best Actor frontrunner, portraying the often flamboyant lead singer.
Got to make an impression, darling.
You think, how am I ever going to fill those shoes? There was a man, a very complicated man at the center who was trying to discover his identity.
We're going to do great things.
Behind Marvel's Black Panther, Bohemian is the second highest grossing Best Picture nod, banking more than $854 million at the global box office. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
All right, everybody, what do you think? Which one is going to get Best Picture? Again, I haven't seen either one, so I'm a little behind with the movies. I got to get onto that as soon as possible. But Rami Malek, I did appreciate his acting in another television show or show. I don't even know if you can really call them TV shows anymore because not all of them make it to television. So another show. All right, hope you guys are having a great day. Let's take a live look at how the big board Dow Jones Industrial stocks are doing while I get ready to show you some more top stories here. Let's get caught up with some business news. What do you say? That's coming up here next on News Now.
It could be a good time to buy an SUV. Auto dealers are offering deeper discounts on popular SUVs and trucks as they reduce promotions on sedans, which aren't selling as well. The move comes as automakers make more of the larger vehicles. The number of unsold SUVs and trucks was up 12% in January, according to one auto research firm. Netflix announcing it's cutting ties with 2 Marvel superhero series, Jessica Jones and The Punisher. The cancellations signal an end to the 5-year partnership between Netflix and Marvel Studios. Disney, which owns Marvel, will debut its own streaming service, Disney Plus, later this year. Meanwhile, competitor Amazon says it is preparing to roll out 30 films per year directly to Prime Video. For more, log on to foxbusiness.com. In New York, I'm Tracy Carrasco.
All right, Tracy, thanks so much for that. I really enjoy playing her business briefs every day. I really do. I like to know what's going on with all the companies. Okay, so we're going to head to Oregon now, where crews rescued a mom and 3-year-old boy lost in a state park. Let's get the details.
The mother and her 3-year-old are in good spirits after a very long, bitter cold night. They're just so thankful rescuers were able to find them. Josie Chisholm, her boyfriend Josh, and her son Logan set out on what was supposed to be a day hike at Silver Falls State Park around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. It wasn't their first time out there, but Josie said they became lost when the sun went down and their situation became serious fast. The family made the decision to send Josh out for help while Josie and Logan hunkered down under a tree. Josie tells me the hours passed by and she learned later Josh lost a shoe and was walking 1 foot bare on snow to find help. To keep warm, Josie said she kept her 3-year-old under her shirt and her legs bent to her chest, or else they would have been touching snow.
my thighs down were so wet and so cold. I couldn't feel my toes, couldn't feel my feet. I literally thought once I got rescued, I was gonna have to go to a hospital and get my legs taken off. I started yelling, you know, for about an hour, and not hearing anything back was kind of hurt. It was like, did Josh get anywhere? Because if nobody was there and hearing me, then what happened to him?
Marion County Sheriff's Office deputies and Oregon State Police troopers responded to Josh's call for help around 3 o'clock this morning. They finally found Josie and Logan at 8:30. They were rescued between the rim and perimeter trails at Silver Falls. They weren't on either of those, according to deputies, but rescuers did bring them out on the perimeter trail. Josie tells me they learned Josh sprained his ankle on the way out and has some frostbite. She does too, but otherwise everyone is okay, just a little shaken up. Josie says she's so grateful to the rescuers that saved her, dried her feet, and put warm socks on her. Deputies say the two of them had limited gear and were not prepared for the winter weather. They recommend if you go on any hike to always carry enough supplies to survive at least 24 hours because oftentimes there is no cell coverage in areas like this one. This whole ordeal has not scarred the family. They're hoping to go back out hiking in the next few weeks, this time much more prepared. In Marion County, Brenna Kelly, Fox 12 Oregon.
Good news there that they are okay. I like to hike and go on adventures myself, so you always got to be prepared. And one of the best tips of advice, let someone, anyone, know where you are going, so if you don't happen to return, they can let authorities know where you are. All right, this next top story, I got several more for you. A Kansas City area woman, I promise I can speak today, pushes to make going out easier for families with disabled adults and older children. Fox's Zach Summers has the story.
You know, we try not to emphasize all the things she can't do and work on the things she can.
Debbie Neiman's 15-year-old daughter, Cecilia, was born with cerebral palsy, but the mom of 3 never wanted her daughter's disability to get in the way of her enjoying life.
She has wants and dreams and likes and everything, just like everyone else.
Something Cecilia can't do that so many of us take for granted is to use the restroom on her own.
And so our options in public are the floor of the bathroom or the floor of our van. And either one is not really ideal.
Neiman says changing her daughter's brief in public can be embarrassing and make her feel helpless at times.
It's just something every time inside of me that I'm like, I just wish there was some place for me to put her so I don't hurt my back, I don't drop her.
If you think about it, there has to be a better way, and there is.
Deborah Liebrecht is the executive director at Variety Children's Charity of Greater Kansas City. Her organization recently installed 2 adult changing tables at the YMCA in Olathe. They're similar to a baby changing table, but they're a lot longer and more durable.
It's an important thing to get these kids and their families into our community.
I'm just lifting her up a few inches and immediately putting her on.
Liebrecht is now petitioning more businesses, including the design team behind the new KCI airport, to consider including the tables or even a bench to the restrooms.
We're asking every business leader, every business, everyone in Kansas City to think about the entire population when you're building, when you're remodeling, or even if you just want to make a small change.
And then I just simply pick her back up.
For Neiman, the simple addition means everything.
Always a great surprise because it's not that common yet.
She says it's not just about making life easier for families like hers, it also sends a message of inclusiveness.
But I think so many people just don't appreciate it because they've not had to deal with it.
All right, everybody, one more top story for you here. You keep hearing about the teacher strikes across the U.S. Turns out Oakland teachers might be next to join in on the movement starting as early as Thursday.
I wonder how long the strike will last.
10-year-old Luna Sue isn't sure what to expect come Thursday. The 4th grader may show up to school and her teacher may not be there.
We might be doing other projects and stuff, and then also learning about what the strike is and why they're doing it.
I don't think that I should be thrown crumbs. I want the whole pie. I don't want a slice. I want it all.
Prescott Elementary School teacher Rosenda Thomas among the teachers planning to picket at 7 in the morning. Her 4th strike in 40 years. Thomas wants a living wage. She says her pay is the lowest rate in Alameda County.
I think it's laughable because actually we're the ones that educate all the other people, all the other professions.
The Oakland Education Association, which represents 3,000 educators, is demanding a 12% retroactive wage increase in 3 years. The district is offering a 5% increase and says schools will remain open.
If we get to Thursday and if there is a strike, it's certainly going to be an extraordinary day in OUSD. And so, parents will have to be prepared. Families will maybe take extraordinary measures to ensure that everything is okay.
The district is hiring as many emergency teachers as they can.
At the salary school that we're going to be organizing, it'll most likely be that we'll group the students into different age groupings.
Parent Lisa Sack is planning to send her 2 children to a solidarity school and running one herself. It's a place for parents who support the strike to take their children. Tassa Faranga among 15 recreation centers available, staffed with volunteers.
We'll have different types of classes. So it might be, we might have some space for music, we'll have space for art, we'll have space for political education around the strike.
Mayor Libby Schaaf is urging both sides to head back to the negotiating table, in touch with the Los Angeles mayor following that city's teacher walkout, and Governor Newsom about his budget proposal.
If his budget proposal passes, it is optimistic news that both sides have received to give more clarity about what this governor's proposed budget could mean for Oakland.
Taking a live look right now at Phoenix, Arizona. Plenty more sunshine than it was yesterday this time. Let's go up to Flagstaff, Arizona as well. Mount Eldon. Look at all that snow. The high country has definitely been getting some of that white stuff this winter. So now let's compare and contrast. Let's see both the valley and flag in the same live picture. Take a look at this, folks. Wow. Northern Arizona versus central right here in Phoenix. Which one would you rather be at? All right. If any news breaks across the country, we will have you covered. Meanwhile, we were about less than 45 minutes away from former Vice President Joe Biden speaking in Philadelphia. A lot of people waiting to see whether or not he will